Give me a sec. You buy any spot yet?
It's like a little bit of Bitcoin under 80K. I thought that was a bargain.
No alts yet?
No, I haven't gone in any else yet. I want Bitcoin to break out and then I'll start. I mean, I've actually lied. I've been going into Ondo. Yeah. Been going into Ondo. Not too much conviction.
I already started doing some alts because last year I was like zero alts, like last year.
Yeah.
But 2010, but the bear market, I got some solid, but last year I got none, so I just bought it like a lot of it.
I don't know if you had a look at Render.
Render is fucked up, man.
It's
And Mantra,
good.
Render is good, and Mantra.
Mantras.
Mantra.
Yo, I'm so glad I sold all my Mantra a while ago.
Yeah,
that Mantra trade was probably the best trade I've had this cycle for sure.
Spot
spots. Yeah, I got in literally, got it marked off on the charts here when I went long at 68 cents.
Wow, that's
it's
good,
back there now.
I got none. I never bought any Mantra, like even one. Never bought.
I bought it 68 cents and I sold at about like $5.
Wow.
That's good. I didn't get the Pico top at like $8, but I'm glad I got just to $5 because that move down is quite vicious.
That's good though.
But otherwise, still holding all of my spot.
Are you still at it? A spot?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Just give me the numbers, like how many you got. The numbers, like how many different kind of alts.
30 to 50.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
But I'm only big in like Sol, Ondo, pretty big, Render, quite big. But I got into these projects pretty early, so I mean, my Renders, I think, still in the green, which is crazy.
It is.
I got in about $2.50.
Yeah, I got Render from the bear market. I think it's around below. Yeah, 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents, something like that. Because I start this year when the SBF went fucked up. So that's happened. Render, Solana, and that's it.
All in the bargain zone. But some alts are looking good. I think some are looking really good. Some are looking really bad. And I think, now is the time to kind of separate the men from the boys,
Yep. Some is good. Do you got any memes?
I'm still holding my memes, yeah. No, I didn't sell much. I've still got
memes fucked up, man.
Memes. Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe is good.
Still got my bonk. Still got my bread.
My best trade is only Pepe. I mean, like from 2023, I bought it from Dex. That's it, Pepe.
Still like for
Popcat. Nah, I don't have Popcat.
No, I'm still holding everything, and I mean, I'm not in a rush to, cash out. So,
nah, just chill. This thing will pass.
Of course, it always passes.
Maybe like a month or two, and we are fine. It's already took too long, This thing is already took too long, so a month or two I think it's fine. Man, Miles.
Yeah, I think we can start now. I think the Alex will join join us later. So I think
What do you
you
want to
can
start?
start now.
Okay. Just
Yeah, we don't have too much guests today, so feel free to share your opinion.
so the
Thanks.
cue of the start after the music ends, right?
No?
Are we starting right now?
Yeah. We can start now. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's start. Hello everyone, I'm Jay. It's very exciting to do host the crypto market insight session with our guest Matt today. Just Matt today, and with me, I'm also host. I'm also the guest for today. So today we are thrilled having with our guest, and we will be sharing the. Oh, sorry. This is the host introduction. Okay, as the host of today's discussion, I will be leading us through the thought-provoking conversation that promises to be both informative and engaging. So, whether you are experienced crypto user or just getting started, we encourage you to sit back, relax, and join us for a sure to be enlightening discussion on this week market performance trends and hotspot. So, the live session is broadcasting on CoinW Live channel and CoinW YouTube channel stimulously, and welcome all to watch and leave your opinion or question about market coin as the etc in the comment. Our guest will pick us an answer. So Matt, there's only you and me today,
Hey,
so you
what's
go
up,
first,
guys?
man. You go
Yeah, let's
first.
get stuck straight in. Let's start off with Bitcoin. I'm just going to share my screen. There we go. So I'm just keeping it very simple. I've kept it very simple for the past month or two, just focusing on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the market leader. It does, show where the market's going. You can't be long on any altcoins when Bitcoin is in bearish market structure. So just been waiting for this to flip bullish. It's obviously been bearish since we lost that 91K. We have just been in a downtrend, creating lower lows and lower highs. And it's getting exciting, in my opinion, at the moment. So you can see now we've had this daily downtrend over here with the resistance. And we did break out of that towards the end of last week. And we have been consolidating outside of this descending resistance, which does, this is the point that I've been waiting for, this breakout. I am long on Bitcoin. This breakout just tells me that, maybe the low isn't in and we can see a move to the downside. However, when you are on the right side of this downsloping trend line and you do have a breakout similar to this structure over there, it does start to favor the bulls. It does favor the bulls. If it's the other way around, it can favor the bears. But since there's a breakout, it is looking good. What I do like is obviously this has been governing price to the downside since the 20th of January. So basically 3 months, which is quite long, been in a 3-month downtrend. And what's interesting is if you look at the RSI on the daily time frame, it has been, governing this downtrend as well. But that's obviously been going on for a lot longer since that's been going on for, let's call it 5 months. So we've had a bearish momentum come into the market for 5 months, which is also breaking out over there. You can see we've got bullish divergence creating a lower low in price, but a higher low on the momentum RSI indicator, of course. And this is all lining up to be a genuine breakout and potentially the bottom being in. The only thing at the moment that's holding price down are the EMAs. I've been speaking about these EMAs for a while now. And you can see the EMAs here just holding off price, basically being a strong resistance over there. And in my opinion, we can't really start flying unless we get above that. So what I want to see for the price of Bitcoin would be a nice push up, bang, take out the high. I would like to see a take out of this 89K region, and then a consolidation like this, basically flipping these EMAs into support. It was resistance, and now it is support. Now, there's many reasons why I think, the bottom could be in. I do like how it tested the 50% level, obviously from the 49K on the 5th of August all the way to all-time highs. The 50% level comes in at 79,400 over here. This level over here. Tested this as support, it held up quite well. And now we are breaking out to the upside. So what I want to see, what the bulls want to see, is a break of market structure. And a break of market structure would be price breaking above this level over here. So basically what you can expect from a market structure point of view is if Bitcoin does break out here get rejected over there. That's a break in structure. So we do have a higher high. Then that next low you would think would be a higher low. And then basically the market structure would shift. If that is confirmed and we do break this high again, then you do just see continuation to the upside. Basically the same thing here, but in reverse. So basically very much just waiting for price to get above the EMAs at 85.5K and to get above this 89K region to break the market structure. However, I am long already. I've been long since 81.5. And yeah, basically the trade would look something like this. Long from 81.5 zone over there, bang, stops over there, and then targeting much higher prices with TP1 being all-time highs. And if you are very conservative, then you can take some profits into this 50% level. Of course, this trade was a simple trade. It was, okay, well, I'm going to take a trade and risk 1 to 2% of my account and just say that's cool. The bottom is in for Bitcoin. If we do take out the lows, it's only 2% of the account or 1% of the account. Not a big deal, but it is definitely worth having a gamble here because there is bearish divergence, RSI breakouts, and potentially reclaiming the EMAs. So that's what I've got for now. I believe the bottom could be in. If we do come lower, it'll be quick. I think RSI is going to hold up. And that's all I've got for Bitcoin. And then just for Solana, so I'm going to Solana quickly. I do like Solana. Obviously, there was this range or key level over here between 125 and 115. That was obviously tested as support many times over there. Then we have lost it over here as a little deviation. And these deviations often can mark a bottom. So you can see bullish divergence, deviation. The reason why it's deviation is because this level was such a key level. We lost the level and then we reclaimed the level, and we have been consolidating above there and getting a test of support over there. So what I'm seeing here is we still need a serious breakout, but I'm seeing a little head and shoulders over here, that being the left shoulder, sorry, inverse head and shoulders. And then I'm waiting for this right shoulder. This could be a little tiny right shoulder here, but I'm waiting for a proper breakout. A proper move to the downside that would finish off the right shoulder and then a breakout to the upside. So obviously just waiting for that to happen. So what I can see here is a move down and then a potential breakout. Obviously the RSI is also trending to the upside and well above 50. Otherwise, I'm waiting for a breakout here and a reclaim of this 50 EMA. Then I think that can be our signal to go long on Solana. And the most obvious level that I think Solana will test will be that 180 level over here. Massive resistance, resistance, resistance. Support, support. We lost the level of resistance. So I can picture that 180, 182 level being tagged sooner than later for Solana. But that's all I've got at the moment, just focusing on the blue chips and the market leaders for now.
All right, that was good, man. So yeah, I got a question for you too. About Bitcoin. So what happened if next week we don't get the break?
Well, the
Because
reason why.
Sorry, I cut you a little bit. Because
So-
every pattern we got some expired, right? So what happened if we don't break?
Every pattern.
Yeah.
So I'm also looking at Cryptocraft and Forex Factory and whatnot. So I'm just going to share my screen again. There we go. And according to Cryptocraft, we don't have any big news events for a while now. Of course, the very impactful news events, and definitely for the next 2.5, and I think the next one will be the NFP Fridays. So we have the whole of April to basically make a move, and I think it's quite promising because often no news is good news, right? So I think there's definitely an opportunity for a change in trend and for a trending move to form here for the next 2 weeks. But if it doesn't, if we don't break out, then I'm just seeing sideways continue. Sideways movement will just continue the crab market and kind of range between, I would say, these two levels over here. That would be my thoughts, over the next 2 weeks. If we don't get that serious move, I just think sideways. I think Bitcoin underneath 80K is a bargain at the moment, and you can see bulls are defending that level with bullish momentum obviously increasing. And if we do get another sweep of the low, it's not the end of the world. Whether you're buying at like 78K or if you wait for the lows here at 74, 73K, I think this peak could be tapped. This is like very obvious level over there. That top made in March 24, that could be tapped. That kind of happened over here with the Bitcoin ETF news over there. That got tapped perfectly for the low over there. So you could see a little flash crash. However, I think the RSI is leaning towards bullish momentum coming back to the party. But if we don't break out, I'm just seeing sideways movements to answer your question.
Go on, Matt. Go on. I'm 100% agree with you because like 2 weeks ago, I was told everybody like we're gonna have a sideways chopping because like the whale is capitulate right now. I still saw some volume like buying volume like a lot of it during this sideways. So that's why like maybe if we don't get the breakout, I'm agree with you. We just like chopping up and down and the dominance is going to crash some certain outs. some weak outs is going to be destroyed during this sideways.
Yeah.
So
one thing I want to say as well is obviously we've had a lot of fear in the fear and greed index. That's been around fear for I think about 6 weeks now, which that's often what happens at a turning point in Bitcoin. You see a lot of fear, you see a lot of bad news, obviously with the Trump tariffs, a lot of retail selling their positions. I've actually personally been, speaking to friends and whatnot who were, crypto retail, obviously all buying and getting hyped up over here, buying the tops. And I would say 80 to 90% of those people, let's say, if I spoke to 10 people, 8 or 9 of them would have completely exited the market by now. So that tells me that the retail are out. I think they're over it. They've lost a lot. I mean, if you look at your average altcoin, let's have a look at Pepe.
All right, we got
horrible.
Sorry,
yeah.
So we got Alexi coming. Hello, Alexi. Can you hear us? Sorry, Matt. Continue, please.
So basically, we have seen alts come down a significant amount. I mean, Ondo down 66%, Pepe down, 75%. That's obviously not from the all-time high, but we have seen it come to the downside and sideways grind. What this does is it basically just lets the retail participants have a look at their portfolio and see that it's significantly down. And if they're doing that for 3 months, eventually they are going to capitulate, whether through time. So we have seen, in my opinion, the price capitulation for now. And I think what's next is time capitulation, and these sideways periods always mark the time capitulation. So this is most likely the time capitulation. You've had enough time to catch up to the downsloping trend line and break out. Now it's just a matter of getting above these levels and moving to the upside.
Correct. By the way, Matt, I think we got some mojo about the Ondo because when I saw your chart, it's kind of similar with my chart. I was longing Ondo today, but I think I'm. How about I show you my my screen? Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Ondo.
Hello, Alexi. What up? Can you hear us, Alexi?
So just going into Ondo quickly. I mean, I took this long over here. I'm a little bit down on this position. It's obviously a bigger swing trade, but it's obvious breakout. Broke out of the downsloping resistance, and looks like we have now tested as support. So normally what I do is, as soon as I see the breakout, I will enter in half my position. So I entered in half over here, and then entered in the other half down here when you get that perfect retest over there. So average position would be about at that 86 cents, and then obviously targeting the 50% level, the halfway point from the high to the low. If this is the low, if I get stopped out, I'll obviously just enter it again, and then that price will move down. So $1.40 being a halfway point, and then TP2 would be all-time highs, and then I am seeing a $3 Ondo in Q4 this year.
That's good. uh, on the weekly side, Ondo seems like making another not lower low, just a higher low. Can you check it? Yeah, yeah. That one good.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that one good.
Um, looks like a
Looks
nice
like a fake out. Yeah,
bullish
yeah.
engulfing candle over there as well. Just what you
Looks
want
like
to
a fake
see.
out.
And then
Looks like a fake
ultimately
out.
on the weekly
Uh-huh.
time frame, this is what happens with altcoins. They just make big
It
moves. I
is.
mean, like that.
Yeah, one more like for Ondo. I'm agree with you. One more like it's not
Yeah,
gonna too far for
and
Ondo.
it normally happens in three legs. So, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
and then we see
the, correct. The power of three, like elite wave.
power of 3.
So yeah, the
Yeah,
power of three. I'm agree with you. All right. So thank you, Matt. I think that's it.
cool.
I think I'm gonna like share my screen this time. So thank you. All right. So this is my Ondo, but just the difference is using daily. Mine is an hour, man. Mine is an hour, but I close it. I close it my Ondo. Nah, nah. I just don't feel confident because I knew I knew somehow we still got a lot of area of interest around here, and we still got liquidity around here, which is this thing might not gonna take it again. So this lower low and this higher low is if this thing supposed to rally, this will not coming back here. But maybe come here. Maybe because if I change into the 4 hours, yeah, okay, this still like love. Some of you guys call it this is gap. Me, I call it area of interest because my candle shown is a lot of volume. If you guys see in here, I got my natural candle is white and black. So if I got the green or the blue, so that means the green is the volume candle. So the volume is big. So somehow, sometime, maybe it might come back to get the volume. So let's see if I open the okay. But it looks good. It looks good. This is the value of low for now, but maybe some weeks. So that's why I close it. But Matt put stop loss around here, right? This is your stop loss, right? Matt, below 663.
Yeah, below that last low.
Yeah. That's why I close it. That's why I close it. Mine is only day trade. And I'm quite agree with you with Bitcoin. I've been longing since 2 weeks ago, but I already TP around here, so I continue again today for my day trade because I still believe we still got another one more spike on 1 hour, and I'm gonna give you guys example why one more spike because Matt has already told you guys we might sideways if we don't break it, which is I still preferring sideways because I wanna alt to get crash. You should too. If alt get crash, you can buy alts your favorite alts for cheap discounts. I mean like so just hoping like Bitcoin is sideways, so all the odds crashing. And on the daily, we got double harmonic patterns because I think Bitcoin is the bottom. This is the bottom for now. This is 80% probability is the bottom now, and this is the ABC correction complete. First, we got the harmonic deep crabs. Second, we got the potential bad, but let's say the C's wanna go deeper around here, we can make another like pattern. So overall, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm not bearish on Bitcoin because this is what I see. Love it. Lot of sign. We got the C complete, and on the weekly side, on the weekly, like this is like the three rise, or you call it the power of three. But mine, I'm using like the elite wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. This is the sub wave, and this is the main wave. So the main wave is starting from this one, the jumbo wave. 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth. So that's why the super of here, the super of is very strong. So at least if we want to get some lows again, which is still possible, we might not go below 69. So everything's still possible, but still think this is the bottom, 80%, but 20% we might come here too. Because from what we see here. If, but that is if Bitcoin cannot break this thing, 86,253 on
Hello.
Monday. Oh, hello, Alexi. All good? Hello, welcome, welcome. So, Alexi, let me finish this and we continue to you. All right. All right. So, okay, where were we? So this is the first, the third, and this is the support. The first become the major strong support, and we still got possibility. The fourth wave still not in yet. Probably in here, probably in here, probably here. But if we close below here, all the hard work from the elite wave is not is screw up, guys. It's invalidated. So this wave been happening since 2020. So it was around 5 years, 5 years in making, and this is a weekly Elliott wave, and one wave, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, and so that's why I'm still bullish. We're still gonna have another season. I still believe. I still got a lot of odds from the bear market. I'm not selling it, and that's why if we complete the fourth, this is your target. I'm not just gonna give you guys the worst scenario. I'm just gonna give you guys a hope too. There is three possibility on hope on Bitcoin. 618, we might go 140k. 1 fips, we might go around 170k. 1618, 25 or T5. Eh, sorry, 245k, which is kinda impossible, guys. Kinda impossible here. So let's see. But the closest target, I'm just gonna like TP right here, like small TP, like in here. Maybe can, maybe not. Who knows? But this is my my last trade, the full moon trade. So we got the full moon in here, and I should tell you guys, be careful on Wednesday and until Monday next week, because this thing is going to be choppy. So next week on Wednesday to 23rd and 28, because we are having another new moon around here. So let's say that's why I asked Matt what happened if we cannot break this. So yeah, Matt say we might go choppy like sideways. So if you guys long from here, or if you guys want to short, you guys can short between this zone. So this is sounds simple. Maybe just another high and lower high in here, retesting the down sloping trend line around here, because look beauty, but still not. We just playing around here, guys. We should go far away from the down sloping trend line, and I don't like when we break some trend line and we playing around in the down sloping trend line. That's dangerous, guys. That's dangerous. That's, because from my experience, when this shit happen, it sometimes they do a fucking fake out like this. I ever like do that on Lido, like around here, like a week. So seven bars around here on Lido, and then the 7 bars, bam, to the downside, and I don't like it. So that's why we have to be careful too, because on the downside too, even like the probability I told you guys around 20%, is still possible we might go downside. You see the channel sheet here, higher low, higher low. So if this higher low, it could be around 72, just like a little bit weeks. So that's why BTC have to close above here this week. All right. So Alexi, I'm done for today. And Alexi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So introduce yourself, man. Hello, Alexi. Alexi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, welcome, welcome. So please introduce yourself, man.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear us? Can you hear me? All right, all right. So I got. I guess he is lost connection, so I'm just gonna skip it into this one. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. Q&A. Matt, you there? So it's Q&A time.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna share it here. So the first, I'm just gonna skip it. All right. So all right. So segment 4, we got a price on CoinW right now happening on some event. So get ready for exciting CoinW live stream where you have the chance to win from massive to 25k prize pool. Simply tune and get claim your share of the rewards. So don't miss it. So this is the rules, guys. If you watch on X or YouTube, you could click the link page in here and from apps, and you might have chance 25k. All right. So 75. All right. So from here, with Paul Atkins is confirming as the new SEC chair, the market anticipates a favorable shift toward the approval of altcoin ETF among the upcoming ETF application like Sol, XRP, LTC, and Doge are considering the four leading candidates from the investment value perspective. How would you rank these four tokens, Matt?
Like from best to worst.
Yeah, start one of the worst.
Uh, Probably Litecoin.
Yeah, I'm agree with you.
I would say Litecoin, then Doge,
Mm-hmm.
then bit of a coin toss with Solana and XRP. I'd probably say Solana, then XRP on top, just given the relative price action.
That's
I
tricky, man. Why so?
so
That's tricky, man.
I no, I'm saying XRP is on top.
Oh, XRP on top. Good
Yeah, I'm
choice.
saying XRP is on top. I'm
Oh,
saying XRP is not. I'm very underexposed to XRP though, unfortunately. But I'd say
uh,
XRP is on top because it's holding up so strong relative to the rest. I mean, it's still well above its 200-day EMA, holding up strong. Um, yeah, still above the macro 50% level. And just in terms of my technical analysis, XRP is, I think, one of the stronger crypto tokens at the moment.
correct. Agree with you. So, Alexi, can you hear us? Can you hear me, Alexi? Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Maybe you said. Can you hear me? Oh, his setup is. He need to set up the settings. So, okay. For me, I'm gonna pick LTC for sure. Shitcoin. Sol number 3, since Sol is already performing, man. Sol is already performing. I mean, like, uh, based on project, Sol is good, but based on risk and reward, which is everyone want high risk and reward. If talking about some else, I mean, like so based on risk and reward, so Sol is number 3, but I'm gonna put Dodge number 2 and XRP number 1. So XRP still got long way to go because XRP's been sleeping for over like since last cycle, right? So it's over 5 years sleeping, not making like another higher high the previous cycle, the COVID cycle. So I think XRP is going to make a big move this cycle. So that's for me. And all right, let's go for key number 2. So our spot ETF win for the market or a Trojan horse. If altcoin ETF get approved, will they bring in new liquidity and mainstream capital or dilute the ecosystem? What's your answer, Matt?
Probably not. I'd say, just with the Bitcoin ETF, I think everyone who was interested in the crypto market is or would most likely already be in. I wouldn't say that an ETF approval. I mean, you saw Ethereum was a fail. So I think whatever else comes out will most likely be a fail. Just in terms of expectations, because the expectation would be that this thing is going to go to Valhalla. Yeah, I would say altcoin ETF, no.
No, yeah,
And it kind of defeats the purpose of
it
crypto,
is.
you know?
It is.
It's supposed to be like, staying away from the banks and being its own independent currency and, not have anyone in control. And as soon as you bring ETF into the equation, it's like, okay, well, here comes all the institutions who play by the rules and have a lot of volume. So there goes what we wanted in the first place.
I'm agree with you. Like example, I'm gonna add something. Example for the viewers, so viewers can understand a little bit. I mean, like if they become ETF, guys, everything is going to be sucks like Bitcoin and ETH because they're gonna move like stock market. Just simple. They're gonna move like banks. I mean, like back then, I can long BTC. I can swing BTC from Monday to Friday for 8%, 10% gain easily. I mean, like 10% not include leverage. But right now, can you do that, Matt? Swing Bitcoin from Monday to Friday for maybe like
10%.
10% without leverage. Is it
Well,
possible?
last week
Last week, possible.
would be from low to high. I was 12.5%.
12 yeah,
But that's an anomaly, right?
that's anomaly. I mean, like back then, it's easy to get like Bitcoin 5%. So the more ETF came, I mean, like that's not good. The alt is going to be slow because like a lot of money. That means it's hard to double the money. So let's say you wanted to X, and the market cap is around example 50 billion. So if you want to X some altcoin when the market cap is 50 billion, you must have 100 billion. So so the whales have put another 50 billion to make to X. So that's why like the move is going to be slow. So that's why I'm not agree with this. I'm not agree with the Doge become ETF. If Doge become ETF, Sol become ETF, I'm not. It's going to affect the ecosystem because if they use, but the good thing they're gonna be mature since they are ETF. But the bad thing, the ecosystem is going to be sucked. So yeah, that's my answer. I'm not gonna say. I'm going to say no to same like Matt. So okay, next question. We're gonna do question 3. So this tweet reflect growing bearish sentiment among the investors in the US stock market. It's widely believed that BTC performance is somehow correlated with US equities. Thus, this suggests that the crypto market might also face a wave bearish sentiment from investors. So, what do you think, Matt, about this tweet from Holger? How to spell his name? Shit. Shy pitch. Can you spell his name?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Holger's
Shy pits.
Shy pitch.
Hold the shy
All right.
pits.
Shy pitch.
Well, investors haven't been this bearish in 30 years. BOFA poll shows 82% of fund managers expect the global economy to weaken. Often when I see these things, it's like, okay, well, if 82% of fund managers expect the global economy to weaken and the majority get it wrong, then, if everyone's bearish, then it's probably a good time to be bullish.
I love your answer.
Peak fear, it says investors haven't been this bearish in 30 years. It's like, okay, well, if you zoom out and you look at all the time the investors were very bearish, it was most likely the best time to buy. So I don't know. You know, if you just play with money you can afford to risk into the market right now, is most likely a great time to buy.
Kind of agree with you. I mean, like the last time COVID, which one the COVID? Is it here? 21? This one, yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Well, also, you know, S&P 500 was down 21%, which is awesome. That's a bargain. Last little pullback, it was down, you know, 28%. The COVID crash was down, okay, I suppose 36%. That's a bit more serious, but 20% off on the S&P 500 sounds good to me.
And about the S&P, actually, Bitcoin is quite strong, man, for
Yeah,
taking the damage from S&P.
yeah. Bitcoin's also very much a market leader. I'd say it's more sensitive. I feel like looking at Bitcoin, it sniffs out the danger first, but also vice versa. I think Bitcoin will break out before the stock market.
Yeah, I mean, like when S&P drops around 20% something ish, Bitcoin only took the damage around 33% something. Back
Yeah,
then,
not
last
bad.
cycle, it's
Oh,
40% is possible, man.
yeah, it would have
50%.
done, would have halved.
Back then, before
Yeah,
ETF, have you ever like trade during that kind of moment when S&P drops like 10%, 5%? Bitcoin in a week drops like 40, 50. I think it's
yeah.
2017.
I also like the current Bitcoin pullback because the pullback last year, March to August, was 33%. And the pullback from all-time highs to the recent lows is 32%. It's kind of lining up. That normally happens in the cycles. You normally get smaller corrections as we go, and then bigger corrections, of course. So, you know, the first Bitcoin correction, if you say that the cycle started in end of November 22, first correction was 20%. Second correction was 20%. Third correction was 20%. Fourth correction was 20%. Third correction was 33%. Fourth correction 32%. So I can see 32% being the low. You know, if we come down to 33%, 1% low, who cares?
Yeah, that's why I also like targeting. It's not much. If we get another low, maybe just 1, 2%, 5. Max is 5. Max is 5%. That's why for me, if you guys want to buy Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is
Yeah,
time. But for short term, I mean, like there is nothing too late. It, uh, I'm gonna say it too late, but I'm not gonna say it too late. If you guys wanna holding it for long term, maybe we might not come to the below 50 or something is on the next cycle if we reach like 150 and above. So it's kind of impossible. If we reach 150 and above, it's hard to reach below 50. So just buy a little bit rather than regret, because at that time when it was $300, I was thinking, maybe going back to 150, and it went to 300 into like how much, like
4,000.
4,000, and then like fuck, not coming back. Oh, shit. So I learned my
Yeah,
mistake. I learned my mistake from back then. So if you guys, the viewers, want to buy it now, I mean, like, no financial advice, but rather than sorry, just be a little bit. If coming drops, if let's say we are wrong today, going to 60, 50, that's good. Just buy it again. That's
yeah,
simple. I
keep
mean, like,
buying, dollar cost averaging. I mean, a lot of people were very bullish buying Bitcoin at, you know, 92K. Now they don't want to buy it under 80. You know, at the end of the day, people buy it at 92K for the long-term trade. And then as soon as it comes underneath 80, they forget about the long-term trade and start getting scared. And ultimately, if you know, if Bitcoin was at 92K, that's like a few 3-4 months ago, and you said, well, if you could buy it underneath 80K, would you? Like, oh, of course, of course. And now we've had that opportunity, and again, they'd rather just let go of it. At the end of the day, it's all about your time horizon and what you're doing at the end of the day with, that money that you have invested. If you want to do this or do that, yeah, it all depends on your time horizon. And the longer the time horizon, the more safe any investment becomes.
Yeah, kill the noise. I mean, like, if you're for long term, you guys not worrying like today Bitcoin how much, tomorrow how much, next week how much, next month how much. You guys not gonna be crazy. So the best position for uh new trader, just positioning, not swing, not day trade, not scalping, not even scalping. Don't do scalping if you guys new. I mean, like, just positioning. So positioning mean you just buy and hold it like for 2 years, 3 years, or even more. Like
Yeah, I
longer
mean,
time frame.
there are a few strategies that you can have when you're in the markets. I've got a few strategies, and now is when most of the strategies are actually all lining up. So this is why I'm bullish. So my one strategy is obviously fear and greed index. As soon as we're in fear, you buy. If you look back on history, it only fails in the bear market, but if you keep accumulating in a bear market, it's eventually goes in the green. So there's the fear and greed, and then I like to trade RSI and price action breakouts, and we had that last week. So I'm bullish from my breakouts. I just need to get above the EMAs for me to get very bullish. Otherwise, bullish because we're in fear. Yeah, it's all lining up.
Correct. So, what is the lowest of fear? Is it 17 or 13? Now it's
Uh,
30 something ish. Am I correct?
I don't know. I think we saw.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna have a look.
share my screen a little bit.
We saw 18.
Mouse, help me share my screen. Thank you. So
No,
I'm
we
gonna
saw
show you
10. We saw
10.
10.
Yeah, 10 is lowest. Now it's 30, isn't it?
10 was the
Now it's 30.
27th of Feb.
So this is the daily my indicator of fear and greed. So right now we are at fucking Uber beer, Uber fear. So when this time happened at the time, so it was around this one, 15 August 2024. Let's check.
Yeah, it's always the best time to buy.
15. What happened on 15 August? This one. Where's, oh shit. Where is my? Oh, this one. This is the most fucked up one. 12 August. Okay, 12 August. If we line up in here, that's your best time. And how many percent do they got from the August to here? I think it's five into three. Yeah, bam. It's quite good, yeah. It's quite good. That's why we are at some position. That's why I'm quite agree with Matt with your strategy with fear and greed index because it's always helpful. It's always helpful. And right now we are at the Uber fear, which is all the fears right now. People don't want to buy, so just don't be scared, guys, and just buy. All right. So Matt, do you want to add something to the audience because I think we are almost end our live stream?
No, nothing to add. I think we mentioned everything.
All right.
Yeah, I
So
think it's been quite a good video or stream.
okay. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for coming. Thank you for accompanying me and
Oh, cool. Pleasure.
the other Jay. So there is to me today. I'm the host. I'm also like the the panels today. All right, guys. This is for today. For this week, and see you guys next week. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Matt.